Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3, and today I'm going to be giving you part 6 of What If Naruto and his clan was betrayed by Konoha. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this with your friends in social media platform, and don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto had a godlike forbidden bloodline over an Anime King, and enjoy that guys. And over on Anime Prince, I posted a brand new episode of What If Naruto was the most wanted pirate in the One Piece. So go ahead, check out that and enjoy guys. And yeah, remember if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes I indeed have 4 channels that I post all day fun every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah, without further ado, this will begin this new episode. Start the intro. So the last time we left off, Naruto sat down as Mito told him her story. As she told him everything, it turns out that she and Madara had met even before she and Hoshirama, when the Uchihas had tried to take away one of the Senju future allies before they had gone together. However, her father did not go for it. So with that, after getting to know Madara, she never got to see him again until later down the years. That is where they met once again. However, she thought that he wouldn't remember, even though she did. The both of them had felt something for one another even though they were children. Maybe it was love at first sight. Something was just there. That led to most of Madara's decisions, especially when he was feeling betrayed by her, as he had begged her to come with him, that this village was not right for them. Hoshirama was a goof, an idiot, he told her. The man did not understand what was necessary to bring world peace. However, she would not leave Hoshirama or her children. So with that, he left, feeling betrayed. He was even more angry when she took the 9 tails and sealed it inside for herself. However, what most humans could not fight against affect him: love, their heart. However, he returned in a crucial moment where she realized how wrong she had been. It turns out that her entire clan was betrayed. Her people were betrayed. She placed her feet in the wrong village. As she had lost everything, she had lost her children. Nawaki had died. Snavi was going down a slope that she was hard to get her out of. Things had gone so bad so quickly. And when Madara showed up, she wanted a lifeline to hang on to. And she used him as a lifeline and hang on to him. As the both of them started to see each other, and things escalated beyond that point. So Naruto found out that he was the grandson of Madara Uchiha. His parents did not know about their grandparents. Well, his grandparents. They didn't know that Madara was their father. As Naruto was just shocked at that, he now understands why Mito treated him so different than the other kids. Why she treated him so nicely. As it now explained why his eyes were like this, as Naruto took off his glasses to reveal his Rinnegan. However, unlike the usual standard eyes, his was black. Their plan and their progress had been made for many experimentation to be done on the kids. However, it was for the greater good, because all of them got something special out of it. Madara ensured that all of the kids got stronger, and Naruto DNA blend perfectly. However, he needed to control his eyes. Given that it's been like that for a couple of years now, his eyes were more powerful than normal. The surge of energy, there was a reason why he wore the glasses, because the seals prevent his power from going amok. That is why he wore those glasses all the time. But little by little, he was gaining full control of the power that was deep within inside of him. Hearing that now, Naruto decided to focus on what is to come. He knew that he could not go back and change the past, even though he was so angry at her for not telling him where Kushina was. He had to focus on the future. Because there was Mito, Kushina's daughter out there, who did not know about any of this. And he wanted to save her from that wicked, corrupted village. While that was going on, Mito was becoming self-conscious of everything around her. The slightest thing made her jump. Sakura noticed that as she spoke to Sasuke and asked him if he noticed, but Sasuke pretended not to care, but he also noticed. They ran into the sand team as there was a bit of a skirmish there. However, Mito was a bit more jumpy than usual, ended up nearly causing a battle between them. She did not trust anyone. How could she after the things that she was learning lately? She also learned that her ability was to sense people's emotion, and she could feel all the emotions around her, and it was getting the better of her, especially the ones that she was feeling from the old man. He has done some terrible things. She could feel it with all the regrets that he was feeling, especially when you look at her. There was so much regret and so much pain as she wondered what could he have done to feel this. However, she was also worried about the letters that she's been getting. She hasn't gotten any for some time now as she wondered if that person had abandoned her as well. She didn't know, and the fox was not filling her in on everything. He was keeping most information to himself. However, he did told her to look up a name. Well, he did not tell her to look it up, he just said it. Kushina. As she wondered who the hell was Kushina. As she decided to go and check it out. Meanwhile that was going on, Naruto finally approached. Orochimaru was ecstatic to meet the leader of the Crimson Reapers. This man seemed to be more infamous than the leader of the Akatsuki. This man was dangerous. Orochimaru could feel it in his bones. As the Zone 4 was cautious as Naruto entered, they spoke as they were able to come to agreement. Orochimaru wanted the downfall of Konoha, but Naruto was easily able to figure out his plan and also give him a few details that would boost his chance of success. However, Naruto would not allow him to destroy Konoha. He had too much investments for the village to fall now. And not to mention Orochimaru was led by his sensei to bring down the fall of Uzu as well, so the rage in Naruto for the man was nothing normal. As for Yujito was finding a friend in the girl that she met some time ago. However, she revealed herself. Yujito was taken aback. She was shocked as she came to realize who this woman was. It was one of Naruto's associates, the one that said that she would go and get the two tails without them have to take it away. Yujito's life was not like these, as Misaki told her that, just like Misaki, the Raikage used her, and he used her because she was a ruthless killer. The ghost he called her because she was always untouchable, always getting out of the dangerous situations. The more Yujito realized the complications, their life was so similar. However, Misaki had fell for someone, but the Raikage took that loved one away from her, just to make sure that she was still a weapon for him. And she had lost it and went on a killing spree. And she was now haunted by the village since then. However, she had warmed her way close to Yujito, as she was giving her a chance to come with her. There is someone out there that can help her, someone that will make her see the rightful thing in this world, make her understand that this way is not the correct way. And Yujito started to think it over. As for Konoha, the three of them, Naruto, Hanoka, and also Natsu arrived. As it was time that they made their way, as Naruto was looking forward to meet Mito. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought you guys gained. So each across the play, check out yourself. Only say we jump right into the new episode guys. Begin now guys. We begin this episode with Hiruzen Sarutobi. The man was on edge. Yes he was. For several reasons. For the first one being Mito's new behavior. The girl has been acting strange. Kakashi, her teammates, everyone noticed that. He also noticed from the way that she spoke to him. There was a different tone in her voice as she spoke to him. Like she knew something she should not. And Hiruzen was starting to panic. He was one of the main driving reasons why the Uzumakis had been wiped out. Something that he did not regret doing because it helped Konoha remain. Number 1. The ideals that were passed on from his senseis stuck with him to make sure Konoha survived. Especially from Tobirama. Hoshirama said to himself, those who threaten Konoha, no matter if it would be family, friend or foe, he would stop them. Those ideals intensify and magnify with Tobirama. So Hiruzen's ideals was to protect Konoha no matter what, no matter who had to be sacrificed. He allowed the girl to participate in Chunin exams because he didn't want anything to look too fishy. However, security was tight. He even had Danzo route agents monitoring all around. Outside the village, all around the area. He did not have them participate or be near the Chunin exams, force of death, saying that he already had Jonin stationed there, and Chunins along with Anko being the proctor for the exam. However, you can never be too cautious. Hiruzen feared the prospect of Mito finding out about the remaining Uzumakis. He remembered what Kakashi said, and it sounds like these three are no normal Uzumakis. They have years to practice, years to get better, years to plot their revenge. While he was confident in Konoha's strength, the Uzumakis were always a wild card, possessing certain abilities, certain fuinjutsu that would put other ninjutsu and TLB to shame. That is why he feared them. However, he had to make sure that he keep a level head through all of this. He had Danzo, a person that was also wrapped up in this secret and a big part of it, to fall back on for any help if necessary. While he didn't fully trust the man, he had to use him in this moment. Use your enemies rather than blocking them out. Two of his best team of Anvus were wiped out by two people. That goes to show, these were no normal ninjas. If he comes up to it, he'd have to send his elite Jonins to erase them if they show their faces. Maybe even he will have to join on the battlefield. However, since what happened, the rumors about the Crimson Reapers has been less. Maybe they were afraid now going back in hiding. He really hoped that was the case. He hated to pass this on to the future generation. However, he was getting old, and there wasn't much that he could do very soon. Soon his body would be too aged to even fight. He just hoped everything went off without a hitch. However, he knew deep within his heart that his past was going to come back and haunt him. Meanwhile that was going on, Mito Uzumaki was the only one conscious at the moment. She had scrapes and scratches all over her. She also seemed tired, really tired, as she had a kunai in her hand. At the moment, she was in a hollowed out tree, along with her teammate Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. The both of them were unconscious. Orochimaru of the Sannin had snuck in the Chunin exams. He had hit Sakura in the stomach with enough force to knock her out. He did the same to Mito, but Mito was much more durable. However, Sasuke got bit in his neck. They had tried to fight him off. Mito tried her best. However, Orochimaru was far out of her league. He was just toying with her. He also did something to her seal as well. But the moment he did, something happened, but she was not sure because she blacked out. Once he hit her in the stomach with that strange technique that he used on her seal, her chakra felt off balance. She could barely control her chakra. This was unusual, while she had a large quantity. And not to mention, she could not even make contact with the fox. She could really use some of his power right now to boost her body just in case she had to bring her teammates out of here. At least they still had a few days before they had to exit the forest of death. But still, they couldn't hide in here forever. She looked towards it too. Sakura had been beaten rather badly. Orochimaru had been trying to take them out of the equation. Sakura had foolishly tried to jump in to stop him from harming Sasuke. He had beat her before he slammed his hand in her stomach, knocking her out. He tried to do the same to Mito, but Mito got back up, and she had started to tap into the fox's power. However, they fought, and then he slammed his hand in her guts. But something happened at that moment. She wasn't sure what it was. The last thing she heard was Sasuke screaming before she blacked out. And now she was here. She had dragged them back to this location despite feeling tired and having slept. In a day and a half, she was still strong enough to pull the both of them back. However, she was afraid of what will happen if they got attacked by some competent teams. Especially that guy from the sand. Something was up with him. She could feel his emotion, and not to mention she felt something else. Something inside of him. She reckoned that he was a Jinchuriki like her as well. The fox had merely laughed when she had asked him, as he told her that he was the strongest, that she shouldn't be worried about some weakling. As his container, she should be the strongest, that he told her, and crush all others like her in her path. So he confirmed that that guy was indeed a Jinchuriki as well, but he seemed unhinged. He seemed to be a psychopath, which Mito feared to meet him in the forest right now while she was not at her best. As she looked out the area, she had set some traps. She was prepared just in case. But she needed these two to wake up. She needed them to wake up. She needed their help. She wasn't able to fight alone at the moment. Damn it, she thought to herself. Meanwhile, Orochimaru had already escaped the forest of death. He wondered what was up with the root envoys. He could tell that they were roots he had to kill at least 5 of them to sneak through. However, they were not guarding the Chunin exams, which was strange. They were guarding the outer area. Could that old coot know that he was coming? No. If he do, he would have been here himself, Orochimaru thought. However, Hiruzen had no idea what was coming to Konoha. 2 village worth of ninjas at Jinchuriki and an organization that might as well be stronger than the Akatsuki. Orochimaru didn't know what Naruto possessed. However, he could feel it in his bones. That man was truly terrifying. Orochimaru's met strong ninjas, Pain of the Akatsuki over the years, Itachi Uchiha, but none of them in his entire life has ever made him feel that sensation that he felt when being that close to Naruto. Just shaking his hand alone put a bit of fear in Orochimaru. However, while he would never say that out loud because of his pride, this organization was truly the definition of terrifying, he thought to himself. Konoha had no idea what was coming. Meanwhile, that was going on, a root ninja landed in front of Danzo. Sir, 3 squadrons outside the outwall post has been killed. Danzo was shocked. What? Who did this? He said. At the moment, we don't know. Whoever it was, they were able to overcome them swiftly and fast. And there was another death with a team at the west post. What? Danzo was confused by this. You're telling me that 4 squadrons has been wiped out without any notice? Yes, sir. Danzo wondered who had the gall to do this. And if that was the case, someone was infiltrating the exams probably, he thought to himself. Or playing Konoha. He and Hiruzen discussed this. This would be the prime time for the Uzumakis to strike while they were focused on the exams. However, Danzo did not think that it would actually be a reality. He had to make sure that everything goes well. There was a lot riding on this, to show the future lords and the future clients about the strength of Konoha. The Uzumakis will not ruin this, he thought to himself. As Danzo was unaware that only one of those were Orochimaru, and he was right about his other guests. Yes, the other 3 teams that were slaughtered were indeed the Uzumakis. However, Danzo will not find them, neither will his root. Even if they did, death was surely their fate. As for one Anko Midarashi, she was flashing through the forest as quickly as she could, trying to find that damn snake who would infiltrate. She just got the news about the faceless bodies. She had to move fast as she tried to find that snake, but she was having no such luck. That is when she came across someone. Anko saw the person. It was a woman. A woman was standing above a team from the Hidden Rain. The team members seemed to be in their late teens. However, all of them were dead. The woman's face was hidden by a face mask. She was wearing something over her head, as Anko could only see her purple eyes looking back at her. There was no blood, no speck on her. Being the proctor for this exam, Anko could not allow this to happen. Whoever this was not one of the participants. There was no village insignia over the person at all. Who are you? Anko said. Identify yourself. No. They won't do, the woman said, not speaking to Anko but herself. Besides, they were too rude, she said. Anko would stretch out her hand as snakes rushed through it after she flashed through hand sign, intending to bind the woman up. However, slice. Anko was petrified in shock. Her snake was sliced into pieces. A blade came from nowhere and dropped in the woman's hand, as a blade now pressed against Anko's throat. The woman narrowed her eyes as Anko saw her purple eyes looking over her. Anko did not dare move a muscle, believing if she did, it will be her last. However, a snake was slowly crawling down her sleeve as it went down her leg. The snake barreled its way underground before it broke behind the woman and latched out to bite her and inject a paralyzing venom inside the woman's system. However, the woman shifted her body, moving with such speed the snake was even confused. The back of the snake head was grabbed before the woman shoved the snake fangs right into Anko's neck. Anko's body spasmed for a bit as the venom was pushed into her as the woman squeezed the snake tightly. Anko then collapsed down to the ground as the woman threw the snake and simply walked off, leaving Anko paralyzed. While she was immune to most poisons, this was a paralyzing toxin, will work on the most strongest poison users. As Anko was left in a paralyzing situation, a compromising one for a few minutes, her body will naturally get out of it faster because she's used to it, but even she can't escape the wrath of this paralyzing toxin. However, she was thinking, just who the hell was that woman? As that was going on, another rain team was being ripped apart by Gara, as there was a smile on his face, an umbrella over his head as he stole it from the rain ninja. However, Gara did not notice, none of them did, that someone stood on the far branch of a tree looking down at them, as not to watch them. So, this is a snake's secret weapon. Truly ruthless, also unhinged. It won't take a lot to make him snap. This shall bring a lot of destruction to Konoha, said Natsu as he watched Gara. They had plans, many plans, as Naruto and Natsu and Hanoka had split up. Hanoka was searching for something that Naruto could use to infiltrate. However, she was unable to find it yet. There was something specific, well, someone specific she was searching for, more than one if you would see. Meanwhile, that was going on, as Naruto stood up in a tree. She couldn't sense him. There was reasons for that. However, one of them being that she was weak at the moment. Him and his team arrived late, and he had saw that she was already injured. However, Hanoka found traces of Orochimaru chakra. She was a better sensor than all of them combined. Probably the best in the entire world. She found traces of Orochimaru chakra in the area. It was a good thing that Orochimaru decided not to harm Mito too badly, or even take that step further. While Naruto was currently partnering with a man, he did not know that Naruto was at Uzumaki or about their connection. And there was another thing. Natsu could barely hold himself back. He wanted to kill the snake right now. After all, he was a part of the reason why their clan was gone. However, Naruto and Hanoka had to hold themselves back as well, as they had to wait until the moment was right. However, if something had happened to Mito by Orochimaru's hands, Naruto would have went ballistic, as he was glad to see that she was alright. This was the second time he was seeing her face. She looked so much like Kushina, it was crazy. As she was also strong, steely determination in those eyes. As he saw that she was a bit taken out of it, she looked tired like you want to sleep. He had been here for about 5 minutes now, watching her, as he thought about his approach. He didn't know why he felt so nervous. Maybe it's because when you look at her, he saw Kushina. Or maybe it's because he failed to be there for her. As he wondered what Kushina would think of him right now, that he wasn't there for her daughter, even if he did not know. He still kind of blamed himself. It was stupid and he knew that, but it was just the kind of person he is. Despite all of his powers, everything, he still had flaws. He was still human, he was not perfect. However, before he could jump down, he noticed 3 people. That is when someone appeared on the branch beside him. I found them. You did, said Naruto. Yes, said Hanoka. She kneeled down. Them, she said. I realized they were coming this way, so I decided to just watch them. They have certain quirks, as you can see. They're from the sound, so I'm sure that their Jonin sensei would not notice. She said, the smirk under her mask. knowing that Orochimaru was the one that sent them here. Did you find any others? Yes, I did came across a rain team, however, they were being rude. One of them was a big perv, saying many things that he would do with me because I was just a lonely girl out here by myself, and he was gonna save me and help me. So, I decided to save him from his own life, as Naruto knew what she meant. However, I did run into someone, a Konoha ninja, a woman with purple hair. I believe that she's Orochimaru's apprentice, given the snake techniques that she used. Did you kill her? Said Naruto. No, I left her alive. Good, said Naruto. I was hoping that I would have to meet the appearance. Well, one has already been made. Now he will have no idea what is going on in his own village. Let him stew and twist in his own self-pity, not knowing what is to come. Hanoka said as she was talking about the third, paranoia was a dangerous weapon, and they loved to use it very well. What are they doing? She said. I thought they were just passing by, but it seems that they're after them. As they watched the interaction, they saw, as Mito stepped out kuna in hand, the sound guy started to laugh, as he made a perverted remark that caused Naruto's hand to grip the tree and start to tear into it. It's now or never, she said. I know you might be feeling a bit nervous, but I'll handle the sound ninjas. You go talk to her, okay? Yeah, said Naruto. She jumped down. A few seconds earlier, Mito stepped out of the hiding spot. They knew that she was in here, as she motioned for them to try their best because she wanted them to run into the traps. However, they did not move. You really think you can beat us by yourself? You're just a weak little woman. Or should I say weak little girl? Or bitch, said Zaku. How about you hand the Uchiha over, and we won't hurt you too bad. I'll even rock your world if you like. After all, we both know that girls like you want a strong man, he said. Mito gritted her teeth, as if I'll ever be with someone as ugly and idiotic and stupid as you, she said. What did you just say to me? You heard me. What the hell are you gonna do about it? After all, it's three of you. Seems rather cowardly, don't you? You're right. You two, stay back, said Zaku. I'll handle this bitch. Zaku, said Dosu. She's clearly beating you on. It's best if you... Immediately he spun and swinged his hand as someone landed. The sound vibration went towards the person's ears. However, to his confusion and shock, the person simply hummed. Good sound effect. He heard the voice, it was feminine. He could not see the face or anything, just the purple eyes. However, that won't work on me. You see, this mask of mine, it's quite special. Dosu immediately jumped back as Zaku raised his hand, not knowing who the hell this was. Decapitating earwave, he said, as he sent a barrage that shot from the hole in his palm. However, she went through one-handed seals before she held her hand up, as she seemed to twist the ear itself before chakra gathered on her fingers. Whatever happened a moment ago shocked them, as his attack was swallowed by some invisible force. She then moved forward as she slammed her hand in the ground. The next thing they knew, she muttered a few words, Fuinjutsu, animate. She gripped the ground and yanked it up. To their surprise, it formed into a strange earth monster as it opened its mouth. Zaku's eyes went wide as his own technique exploded from the mouth of the monster, blowing the three of them away. Get it done quickly. Mito froze and she heard that voice. Will do, said Hanoka as she moved off. Mito was frightened. This woman appeared out of nowhere, and then this person just jumped down behind her. She was afraid to turn. She was about to die. She could feel it. If this person was fast enough to sneak up behind her. Damn it, she had to do something. Mito. However, he spoke, and then she felt it. A sensation that she felt only once. As she had felt it so briefly and she was so scared, and back then she didn't even know the difference between anything mostly. Now that she knew that she was a special sensor, she could feel it. However, she also felt his emotion. Sadness. aimed towards her. Grief, self-loathing, pity for himself, as he felt angry at himself as well. Mito slowly turned as she saw a face mask. His eyes were the only thing visible. As he reached up, Mito watched as he applied chakra to his cheek. The mask seemed to just disintegrated as it was gone. His hair then came out as it went down toward his shoulders. Mito's eyes went wide when she saw his face. "It's you," she said. He gave her a strange smile. "I'm glad you remember me, although I didn't put much information in those notes, in case they were spotted by anyone else." "I knew it," she said. "You're the one that sent me those." "It's been you this entire time," said Mito, dropping her guard a bit. "Before you say anything else, are you my family?" she said. "Yes," said Naruto. Because of her ability, she could tell that he was not lying. Mito rushed forward as she enveloped him in a hug. As she felt it, being a sensor like her, she could feel the person's emotion. That is why she had hugged him. She felt no threat, no cautious behavior. He was happy to see her. The sensation was so warm. It was so kind and lovely that she was shocked that there was so much love and kindness in it. As he kneeled down and hugged her, tears started to gather in her eyes. "I've always wanted a family," she said. "However, I always thought I was alone. But to know that I have someone out there, I can feel everything that you're going through right now. I can tell that you're not lying and how much you care for me. I'm so happy you're here," she said, as she pulled back. "But why? Why come now? Where have you been my entire life?" she asked. "Do you know how much I've been through?" she said to him, clenching her fist a bit. "I want to punch you. I want to hit you for not being there for me. I had no one at all. At first I thought the old man was a friend, but after seeing things more clearly, I realized he's been lying to me. But you haven't been there either. Why haven't you?" she said, as Naruto lowered his head. "I didn't even know that you exist," he said to her. Once again, she could tell that he was not lying. However, yet he felt so torn up about it. You really didn't know?" "No," he said. "Then why do you feel so guilty?" she said. "It doesn't matter. You've been through so much because I wasn't there to protect you. My sister was always protecting me, keeping me out of trouble. The most I could do was protect her child. So that makes you my uncle," she said. "My mom, who was she?" "Her name was Kushina. Kushina Uzumaki. I remember the name that you told me, Makino. That is not your last name." "Look," said Naruto, pulling back, as Mito saw that he was wearing glasses. However, she thought that she had saw his eyes for a moment ago. But when you remove that strange thing over his head, they just vanish. As she thought that it was an optical illusion, again jutsu as well. Because he was wearing glasses the entire time, she could not see his eyes. "There's a lot you need to know, but this is not the right time. I want you to continue on like nothing has happened, like nothing has changed," said Naruto. He was cut off as he reached up and pressed his face. As the mask came back over his face, his hair was gone in an instant and the glasses was gone, showing eyes. Purple eyes that just looked normal. As she truly believed now that it was an illusion. She was wondering why he put it back on when she felt it. So much malice, so much hate, so much rage. She looked behind to see Sasuke rise up to his feet. Sasuke started to chuckle darkly. "Now this is all I ever wanted. This is the power I need. Now, time to test it," he said, as Naruto turned to face a child. "Hey, you there." "I don't know you," said Sasuke. "Well, whatever. You'll be my first." Sasuke shot forward as he was about to strike Naruto with a dose of his new power until he was forced to stop. Inches away from Naruto, he was stopped. Sasuke could not move an inch. As Naruto merely looked at him, Sasuke collapsed down to his knees as he felt like his world was being crushed. His entire being was being forced into the ground until he passed out, the march seeping back into his neck. As Naruto lowered his head down towards a mark on his neck. "I see," he said. What's wrong with him?" said Mito. "Orochimaru did this, correct?" "Yeah. How did you?" "I'll tell you later. This is a curse mark. I doubt when he wakes up, it will affect him once again. However, the testing stage has already been completed. So you should be fine," said Naruto. "I can't afford to help right now. I need the others to see this." "The others?" "Your Jonin sensei. The Hokage will ask what happened. Tell him everything that happened between you and the snake Sanin. However, leave me out of it," said Naruto. Yes, of course," she said. As Naruto gave her a smile under his face mask. "Thank you for trusting me even though I've hardly given you enough information to do so." "I can tell that you're telling the truth," she said. "And I just feel an instinct to trust you. Besides, you're the only one that has ever told me something that I've wanted to know for the longest time. What was my mother's name?" "She's dead, right?" "And my father, are they?" "Yes," said Naruto. "Well, the old man told me that. However, I can't trust him anymore, so I have to make sure that he's not lying," she said, a few more tears gathering. As Naruto placed a hand on her head, "It's okay to cry," he said. "You've been through a lot. I will be back, and I'll explain everything to you the best I can. For now, just remain taking the exams, and I'll be back soon, okay?" "Yeah." She reached out and took his hand. "You promise, right? That you won't abandon me?" As Naruto kneeled in front of her. "Know that I know that you're here," said Naruto. "I would rather take on the entire world than to ever leave you alone. You will never be alone ever again. I promise," said Naruto. She smiled as she hugged him once more, finally feeling what she wanted for a long time, to be loved, to have a family out there. As Naruto hugged her back, as he remembered a moment in his past with Kushina. Before they separated, he patted her on the head once more. With that, his body started to fade out of view. His body became translucent as he was gone. Once he was gone, there was a groan as Sakura woke up. "Mito," she said. "Oh, you're up," said Mito. "What's going on?" said Sakura. A distance away, looking down at the ground, Hanoka stood over the bodies of the sound ninjas as Naruto appeared. She gave him a smile. "Well, how was it?" "Delightful," said Naruto. "She's just like her mother. She cried, she hugged me." As Hanoka smiled at that as she felt it, Naruto didn't feel pleased at that. "What's wrong?" "However, it makes me feel a lot worse," said Naruto. "That I wasn't here for her," said Naruto as he lowered his head, but she placed a hand on his shoulder. "It doesn't matter, you're here now, and we're here to make a difference. Besides, she won't have to stay here for longer." "Yeah, you're right," said Naruto. "Alright." He reached up as he removed his glasses, showing off his eyes. Time to begin. Meanwhile, with Orochimaru, something was still on his mind, as he was wondering if he could use this properly. It was the girl, the Jinchuriki. Her name was Mito Makino Kabuto, had just given the information once they met up. However, Orochimaru knew who she truly was, and that's because of what happened right before she passed out. As Orochimaru had a secret that he could use to ruin the Hokage, and Jiraiya as well, and Danzo, and several more high officials. Even there was people in the land of fire politics that he could destroy with his information. Make allies break away from the villages. However, he wasn't going to use something like that. Not yet. He needed for maybe leverage in the future if things didn't work out as he predicted. However, he had information that would change many things. And information that he can use against that girl. That is why he would like to talk to her. Before the month was done, there were things that she did not know. Like, what was her real name? Makino? Orochimaru laughed. The moment he saw what happened once, she was about to pass out. When he saw those things emerge from her body, he knew that it was Kushina's daughter. As that brought a smile to his face. The neglected child had the tail beast. Oh, this was gonna be fun, he thought to himself. Time skip. Mito had never felt so happy in a long while. She finally knew that she had family out there. As she then realized something, she did not get his name. She didn't get his name. It was ironic. However, she was just so happy. She had family. Someone who actually cared about her. Her senses was never wrong. And what she felt from him, he was not lying. So she knew that she had people out there. And she couldn't help the happiness that was just overflowing from her. As she really wanted to get to speak to him again. They had a few hours before the final stage began. That is when 3 people emerged in front of her. Mito was rather surprised. "You 3, she said. "I thought, it's me." The guy in the center said. It was the one that was calling her a bitch. She clenched her fist. "Why should I care who you are?" she said. "No, Mito. It's me. Focus, and tell me what you feel." Mito gaze narrowed. "Look, I don't know what you're playing, Mito," he said. As she stopped talking, "Just focus." "What?" "Just do it." She decided to just go along with it. She didn't know what the hell he wanted, but she would just... Wait, what the hell? She felt it. All of their chakra was connected. He was allowing her to feel this, because a moment ago she did not. No longer could she feel it once again, it was just gone. What are you 3? We're not 3. All of us is just one. The girl spoke up. "I didn't fully introduce myself. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. And I promised that I would be here for you, Mito. I was not joking." "Wait, it's you?" "But how?" she said, looking towards the guy in the middle. "Just one of my special abilities," he said. "Are you like controlling them?" "Yes. To an extent," said Naruto. "Wow, that's pretty cool," she said, looking them over. "Wait, what's gonna happen now? Are you gonna tell me everything?" "Not here," said Naruto. "However, we need to form some sense of friendship between us, so that it will not look weird with us being in the village. One of us shall do. You have to choose." "Choose?" "Well, I could say that one of you helped me in the Forest of Death, when Orochimaru had attacked us. Yes. That wouldn't look too suspicious. Let's go with the less threatening one." As Kin stepped forward. "My name is Kin," she said. "Remember, call me Kin. Understand, Mito?" "Yes, Kin, I understand." The other 2 then walked away. "So, are they gonna return back to normal?" Kin shook her head no. "Oh," said Mito. "Well, what now?" she said. "I will allow the 3 of them to pass through the exams. That will allow them a month in the village, so that we can talk, and I can explain things to you that you don't know." Mito then paused. "What is it?" "It's the fox. He's speaking to me. Usually he doesn't do this. He says he wants to talk to you." "He does?" said Kin. "Yeah, he says he has information for you. From... what?" "Mito?" "I did not have any information," said Mito. "Calm down," said Naruto. "I don't believe he's referring to you. But who else is Mito?" "Wait, is he talking about the first Raikage wife?" "You know of her," said Naruto. "Yeah, I was doing some research, and I found out about her, but all the history about her last name was stripped away. I saw one article though, about that strange name that you told me. Uzumaki, you said, right? So, I'm connected to her? Yes, you are, said Naruto. Really? Yeah. Don't get too excited now. Don't want people to get too suspicious. Oh yeah, she said. Hey, what's going on over here? As Sasuke walked over, looking smug as usual, as he was back on his feet. Luckily they had came in with extra days to spare, so the curse mark had been sealed off. He didn't seem to remember anything. Nothing is going on, would you just leave, said Mito. Is that any way to talk to your teammate? Besides, why are you with the enemy? She's not the enemy. In fact, she decided to help us in the forest of death a while you and Sakura was unconscious, so if anything you should be kissing her feet. Sasuke snarled. Like I will ever do that, besides, I didn't ask for her help. Well, Uchiha-san, given that you were unconscious, you never had a say in the matter, said Kin. Hey, I'm not talking to you, said Sasuke. He seemed to be getting more and more arrogant. And you shouldn't talk to them either, he said, glaring at Mito. They're the enemy. Or perhaps, you're one as well. As he followed it up with a smirk. He liked to get on her nerves, it seems. Or maybe it was just his arrogance shining out, given the fact that she had won in the last two sports that they had. And when he asked for a rematch, Mito was too paranoid by that point to even listen to him. And besides, she's also been really angry towards him, so he was just returning the favor. However, this was not the time. I suggest you don't be so badmouth to your teammate, said Kin as she stepped forward. Yeah? And what are you gonna do about this, Sasuke asks. I will make you be quiet. You think you can? Do you know who I am, Sasuke said. Yes, an arrogant little kid. You better watch yourself, Sasuke said, and hope I don't get you to fight next otherwise. He clenched his fist before he walked by. Sasuke was upset because recently, Mito kicked his ass, Lee kicked his ass, and then Orochimaru kicked his ass. And then he woke up with that strange sensation. And he remembered the mark on his neck, but he did not remember anything before that. So Sasuke had so much anger inside of him, it was no joke. Lately things have not been going his way, and he was so upset about it. He was fighting a reason to be angry at everyone. Everyone was getting his wrath. Absolutely everyone. Well, he's surely a lot, said Naruto. He really is, said Mito. I'm truly glad that I did not inherit much of that Uchiha arrogance. Yeah, I'm glad that you... Wait, what? Another time, said Naruto. Wait, did you just say inherit? What? Are you Uchiha? Another time, he said. As you can see, we have company. As she focused on her senses. Ah, Mito, said Kakashi. You should be get moving, he said. The next stage is about to begin. Who's your little friend there? Oh, I didn't mention her. Her name is Kin. After the incident in the forest, she helped us. She did. Yes. She got separated from her team, and I ran into a bit of squabbling. I didn't thought it was important. However, without her help, I'm sure that I would have been a goner. Well, thank you for helping my student, said Kakashi. Oh, it's my pleasure, said Kin. We girls have to stick together. Besides, this exam's a lot dangerous than I thought. Kakashi watched the girl carefully, surprised that she would have helped his student, but he could feel no lie coming from her. He couldn't really feel much as well. She felt so immune to most things. Strangely, it was a weird way to think of it, but it was the reality. That was weird, as he wondered if she wanted something, and if that is the case, what did she want? She was from the Hidden Sound village, a newly acquired village. Maybe they were seeking an alliance. Maybe. Time skip. The next phase of the exam was the preliminaries, so they had to fight. The first match was Sasuke between a member of Kabuta's team, a member that could suck the chalk of his opponent. Sasuke won. The next match was between Shino Aburame versus Zaku of this town. Shino slowly made his way down there as Zaku made his way as well. as the both of them watched each other. Alright, begin, Hayate said. Mito watched carefully as she kept quiet. As she glanced over towards the other two, their sensei was not here, so that was good because Naruto was the one in control of their actions. Shino did not move as he waited for his opponent to do so. However, Zaku looked down towards the ground. Shino's eyes narrowed. Could he? No, there was no way that he would notice. All of a sudden though, Zaku placed his hand down before he rocketed off the ground, leaping towards Shino. Shino was shocked. He actively avoided his bugs. But how did he? Zaku slammed his hand into the ground, causing a bunch of debris and dust to pick up. Shino leaped away, however, Zaku appeared in front of him with a speed that shocked Shino. Bam! He was thrown violently. He slammed into the wall. Shino picked himself up, decapitating earwave. Shino leaped away as the wall was turned to dust, shocked by the amount of power behind that strike. Shit, Asuma said. These sound ninjas are no joke. As he thought they were a bunch of weaklings, but this was surprising. You're telling me, said Kurenai, surprised by this action. As Shino landed on his feet, Zaku slammed his hands together. Shino watched as he started to fire, the ear pressure back in front, back in front, back in front, back in front, until he held his hand out as the thing combusts. However, the reaction doubled back on each other, causing it to spread in a wide arc, forcing Shino to leap up in mid-air, where he was vulnerable, as Zaku leaped, using the air pressure to fly himself up there. Shino tried to block as he crossed his arms, but the force that slammed into him cracked his body into the earth, as he was knocked unconscious. As everyone was speechless by that display, the Sound Ninja was silent, calm and silent, as he was announced the winner. All the Jonin senseis raised the eyebrow. At first, none of them was worried about the Sound Ninjas, but now, their strength was something else, and speed, everything about them was just so efficient. They were no joke. More matches went on until another Sound Ninja was called. Her name was Kin, as Shikamaru was the one to fight her. After seeing that first display, Shikamaru didn't know if he wanted to fight her. However, his teammates and his Jonin sensei egged him on that he could do this. He was a brilliant strategist, maybe could come up with a plan. However, when the match started, she pulled out several Senmons before she launched him all over the area. She launched few towards him as well, but he dodged. He then watched her carefully as he noticed all of them. That is when they started to ring. A violent euphoria started to hit him as he started staggering on his feet. Reaching into his pouch, he found an explosive note as he wrapped into a kunai and threw it, disrupting its sound. Shikamaru rushed right through the smoke. However, that was just a diversion. The Shikamaru that came out was a clone. A simple clone, not a clone jutsu. The girl threw a kunai towards him. It went right through him as she threw another one, and another one, as the illusion dispersed. Showing that he was not there, but why did she throw so much if she already knew that it was an illusion and it wouldn't harm her? That was weird, wasn't it? However, Shikamaru was already successful, as he captured her in his shadow position technique, a smirk on his face. However, that is when he heard the click behind him. The girl had threw the kunais, the bell. It hit the first one and slammed into the second one. Shikamaru was shocked. Somehow she applied chakra to the weapons, as Shikamaru noticed a small tag on it. He wasn't sure what it was, maybe a chakra receiver or whatnot. However, it was able to supply the bells with chakra. Once again, he was hit with a sense of euphoria as he dropped to his knees. The people were shocked by the girl. Brilliant mind. The next thing Shikamaru knew, he had a kunai at his throat, and he was forced to give up, as everyone was speechless. On the way to her section, Kin said hi to Mito, as Mito greeted her back. As other Jonin senseis looked towards Kakashi, he simply gave them a shrug. As Sakura narrowed her gaze, she and Ino went next, both of them knocked each other out. Mito was then called to face off against Kiba. As smirk came on Kiba's face, Mito was the dead last of the academy. Back then her chakra was so poor she could not really do much. As he looked towards her with a smirk, I really don't like to hurt girls. Why don't you just give up? And we'll end this. Kunai grumbled at that as she didn't like man being sexist just because you're a girl. That doesn't mean that you're weak. However, Mito simply ignored him. If you're gonna fight, shut up and fight. He sighed as he looked at her. Alright, fine, he said. Well, you asked for it, remember that. Alright, Akamaru. Stay back. I'll handle this one. Oh, you're gonna regret that, she said to him. Doubt it, he said. With that, he rushed forward, moving fast. However, Mito met him in the center, shocking him and everyone else, as they did not know about the improvement in her skills. Mito actually slugged him after a brief exchange. Shikamaru found himself on the ground as Akamaru jumped forward. However, she slapped the puppy away. Akamaru, he cried out. Akamaru hit the ground before he ruggedly get up, as he growled at her. Fine, I guess you've improved a bit. However, remember, you asked for it. Let's finish this quick, boy, as he fed Akamaru a pill. Akamaru turned red as he attacked. As Mito watched, she simply dodged the puppy before Kiba shot at her blind spot. However, she was able to dodge him. But something was off. Mito was not using jutsu. Mito cursed that strange seal that Orochimaru placed on her. How the hell did she forget to tell anyone about that? It was still affecting her now. She wasn't even focusing because she was thinking so much about her uncle, and that she had a family, as she couldn't use her chakra for jutsus. But that did not matter. Mito was faster than Kiba and stronger as well. Kiba quickly realized that as he was being knocked around, and he was barely getting a hit on Mito. That is when he decided to go feral, as Akamaru transformed into him. It's over, said Kunai. Mito has surely improved a lot. However, there is no way she can keep up with Kiba in this state. Kunai was right as Mito was being knocked around. He split and moved so fast. However, she landed back on her feet. As Mito realized, despite her natural speed and her strength, she needed more chakra, as she could barely use half of it perfectly. The seal was affecting her. As she noticed Kin looking at her. Damn it, she wanted to make her uncle proud, and now, here she was. How could she forget about that? How stupid could she be? She thought to herself. As he rushed towards her once again, she decided to move in, trying to beat them at their own game as she tried to flip over them. However, they split at last moment and attacked from behind. Damn it, she cursed. However, something strange happened. Kiba and Akamaru were both slammed viciously into the ground. As they were both knocked unconscious, Akamaru returned back to his normal form. Everyone gasped in shock. Well, what the hell is that, said Kunai. Two chains were coming from Mito's back before they fade away the next second. What was that? People started to question. However, what could they do? She won. As she made her way back up, everyone looking at her strangely. But Mito seemed confused. Choji was called to face off against those two, and Choji was taken down in a matter of seconds. He wasn't strong or fast enough despite his body weight or his natural strength. Those two abilities and attacks were putting Choji at a great disadvantage. The rest of the preliminary matches went on. As the finals were set, they were not going to be told who they were going to be fighting until the final exams really comes up. After all, you can never know who you'll be fighting on the battlefield, so they had to be prepared for anything just in case. So they had to train hard and work hard. Mito, on the other hand, was still looking confused. That is when Kakashi had come up to her and told her that he was going to take Sasuke and train him. She wanted to say something back, she wanted to lash out. However, she decided to just keep her mouth, as she told him that it was fine, as he said that he was going to give her a sensei to train her. As she simply agreed with a smile on her face, a forced smile. That is when she met up with her friend Kin, as the other two went to the hotel. Hiruzen watched the interaction between the sound Jenny and his own, wondering when this became a thing. He thought to himself. Time skip. The three sound ninjas stood in front of their lord, as Orochimaru once again snuck in the village, despite the hefty insecurity. It was still rather pathetic. After all, Orochimaru knew the village in and out, and all the secret pathways. However, this time there was someone else there. Kabuto. I must say, I'm impressed, even though I was not there to witness myself. I'm impressed that you three were able to actually go to the finals. It seems like I'll have to change my plans a bit. However, you three, for now all you have to do is to make sure that you remain in Konoha and prepare yourself. In the upcoming months, we will be launching the invasion, and it's your job to kill as much genin as possible to lower the prospect for a future generation. Do you understand me? Yes, all of them bowed. Alright, you may go now, he said. It was a good thing that Kabuto was not there to see the interaction between Kin and Mito, as Naruto did not count it for someone else like him to be here. Orochimaru seemed to have spies everywhere, it seems. As Orochimaru watched them leave, I must say, I was gonna use them for my ritual, however, they have proven themselves, so I guess they can live for now. What is the matter, Kabuto? You seem out of it. No, my lord, it's just... They seem different. Different? What do you mean? I'm not sure. More disciplined, if I would say. Tuh. That is just my influence that they get from being around me. If you say so, my lord, said Kabuto. However, they seem different to him. But he shrugged it off. There was more important things to talk about. Kabuto, there is someone very special I want to meet in the upcoming weeks. Who would that be, my lord? Mito Makino. Or should I say, Mito Uzumaki, he said, with a smirk. Meanwhile that was going on, the Raikage was doing his normal activities. However, that is when a ninja arrived. What took you so long? And where is Yujito, he asked. As the man stand there and looked towards him a bit concerned. What's wrong, see? Spit it out. She's gone, sir. The Raikage got up, his chair fallen over. What do you mean she's gone? I've searched all of her favorite spots to be, but she's nowhere to be found. I don't know if she has somewhere different to be, but I've checked all of her favorite spots, her home, everything, and she's nowhere to be found. What? Get me Mabi immediately, he said. Meanwhile that was going on. I can't believe I'm really doing this, said Yujito. However, the girl beside her simply smiled. Oh, trust me, your life is going to be a whole lot better now that you join me. As Yujito was away from the land of lightning, trekking through the grassy valley, beside her was none other than Misaki. As Misaki threw a hand around her shoulder. Besides, you're going to a better place. Misaki was right. Kumo was just gonna lead her down a path of emptiness, which she didn't want. However, taking this choice, she became a Missing-in, and not just any Missing-in, a very dangerous one that possessed something the Raikage would kill for. I just hope this guy is powerful enough, and these people that you know, the Raikage will not stop to get me back. Oh, trust me, Kitty Cat. Yujito twitched at that name. I told you stop calling me that. Come on, it's fun, said Misaki. And besides, as I was saying, the person that you're gonna meet, he's a whole lot stronger than the Raikage and everyone else in your village. As Misaki smirked. But guys, we end up right here. If you want to see what I do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in social media platform. Bye, I'm off now. See you guys soon. Peace, guys.